You're recording now. I can go.
Yeah.
Okay, so starting tomorrow, I wanted to promote the sneak peek that I want to do. I wanted to do 2 weeks of promoting. So like I'll start talking about it in my stories. I will do an actual promoted ad of it next week. And my sneak peek I have on the 20th.
Yeah.
Of the month.
Yeah.
And then after that, I'm going to start doing like same thing, another virtual gym, so that at the beginning of September, I'm doing a prep week.
Yeah.
I'm already in teacher mode. And then in terms of like my strategy for this month for Team Cup, obviously like I'm part of the Push Mastermind, so doing that tracker like daily. And I'm like, my goal is to like, I have a page, that tracker page that I write down everyone's name. So I want to like follow 35 people a day. I want to, obviously I'll try to do more than 10 new conversations. Then I will do pretty much like the following day, the 10 invites, and if not more. And then like, I'll stick to how Josh has it, where it's like you're inviting and following all week, except for Friday, you're doing all follow-ups.
Yeah. And those numbers, the only thing is do those numbers feel right for where you've been in your business before? Does that invite number feel right? Does that make sense to get the outcome that you want?
I'll probably do more than 10.
Yeah.
Like, cause I mean, once I have a script, I just kind of copy paste and send it all out.
Easy, doesn't it? Because that's the only thing with Josh Coates' tracker that I have a bit of a gripe with. I feel like, particularly for newer coaches where they don't have a funnel, 10 invites a day isn't enough. But I think, 10 as a minimum is great. And I think there are some days where I definitely do 10 invites, but I always, personally, I always gun for 20. So I think as long as you've worked out, obviously you hit Success Club last month. So how did that look for kind of your funnel in that respect? Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And so your Team Cup team, you've got them doing a tracker that you share?
Yeah, like the one that the Team Cup booklet that they have.
Yeah. That's awesome.
So like I told them that on Thursdays, I want them to like throw a picture of it in the chat and on your team page.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
And diamond wise, I think what are you, 3 coaches away, technically?
I've got 1, 2, 3 for under me, and then 2 for my husband's.
And is that counting what you've actively got active right now, or is that allowing for someone to go inactive?
Allowing for someone to go inactive.
I love this. Marty literally finds worst case scenario and then says what she's got to get, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure you've got 3 coaches each side and an emerald, but she's like, no, because one of them's going to go inactive. So I actually love the fact that she's kind of building it on that mindset, because it means that she's really doubling down. So it's a breath of fresh air to see a coach be like, right, okay, cool, well, I'm going to hit it, but I'm going to exceed it, and that's what I need to do to kind of comfortably get it. So yeah, I love that. And what was your Success Club goal this month?
14, so like 7 coaches in total between all 3 accounts if possible. And if Charlotte on my mom's account, she seems pretty like excited, so I mean, if she friggin' signs people up, that's even better.
Yeah, and I tell you, if you get a coach or coaches that work in your controlled business centers, like my second business center, and guys, so like Marta, you're in guys, and Imogen, you're in my second business center, that really boosts your income and your volume. It's really amazing. So if you've got people that want to work in your controlled business centers, that's great, really great, and build them out to 1-star. So it's fantastic. Yeah. Cool. Who wants to go next?
I don't mind going next. It depends when's best for Imogen, because she's out. Is it better for me to go?
I'm like, I want to be in that field with the horse. Oh,
I know, it looks so nice.
It's still so light out there. It's really dark here.
It looks really dark here as well. It looks pretty. Shall I go next?
Yeah, it's like pitch black outside.
It's really dark here as well. I'm doing 65 new connections a day, but I do it split between the morning and the night because I don't want to get blocked from following, because that happened to me before.
Yeah.
And then my goal was to do 40 invites a day, but going through inviting through stories and inviting through people liking my posts, it averages about 35 that I can manage. So my goal is 40, but today I've done 35. But
what about people that are following you back?
I message them, but I don't invite them straight away.
So, but do you write their names down on your...
Yeah, they're all on my tracker, yeah.
So that you can invite them, like, what, do you have a strategy for when you're going to invite them?
So I always message them and, just be like, oh, I really like your page and are you on a fitness journey? And then a few days later, I'll message them again, whether they've replied to me or not.
With an invite?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. As I was just checking that you've got...
But it's not like 40 every single day, but some days it'll be more because I've got those that I've already, like made a connection with.
So maybe just try and make an incremental increase to the people you're following. Just like, maybe it's like 5 or 10 more people just to get up. Because that's ultimately like the number of people you follow and connect with genuinely that want to then follow you back. So that's where you can find your invites.
Like tomorrow, I'll be messaging the people who liked the post that I put up today.
Yeah.
But then if there's not many, because the same people like every single post, and then every now and again there'll be new people. Yeah. So I message all the new people, but sometimes it doesn't take me up to 40 invites.
Yeah. Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm doing a lot more than I was before anyway.
But that's amazing. And the thing is that you'll either see the momentum in your business reflect this month, or if not, it'll be next month or the month after. Because remember, some people are going to join you the month that you invite them, and some people really aren't. They're going to join you a few months later. So just know and trust that the momentum you put in now, you may not massively feel it in August, but it will really start to snowball. And that's exactly what happened in my business. I would be like, Success Club 5, Success Club 5, Success Club 5, like skin my teeth, Success Club 5, Success Club 8, Success Club 10. And as I was like building more and more momentum, because I was just going for it in the previous months, then I started to hit like Success Club 18, and I was like, whoa, I've hit. But it was actually all the seeds that I'd sown way back when.
My problem is as well, normally I'm like this in the last 2 weeks of the month, not normally at the start.
So it'd be interesting to see what actually.
So hopefully, like by the end of the month, I'll have loads of people that will be.
And have you got a sneak peek?
Yeah, I'm going to do it on the 18th.
Yes, you did. You
of August.
Yeah,
so I'm going to start like dripping it into my stories, but not actually asking people if they want to like message me if they're interested until Monday, and then I've got Monday till Tuesday to actually invite people.
What date are you doing the sneak peek?
The 18th.
Yeah, so you're going to start inviting from next Monday.
Yeah, but I'm going to start dripping it into my stories, just talking about coaching a bit more from tomorrow. And then
I think if you've not got a boot camp to talk about, why not start talking about it now?
Yeah.
Like, I think it's always a bit convoluted if you're talking about both, but I think if you're not needing to talk about a boot camp, you don't need to maybe post it every day when you're not really a sneak peek date. But yeah, like that's really going to serve you.
I'm just going to drip it in, and then when I start asking people if they want to join me, they'll know what I'm talking about because they'll have seen it on my stories.
Yeah.
And then, so the sneak peek's on the 18th, and then the following Monday, the 24th, I'm going to start talking about the next boot camp.
Yeah.
So the prep week will be the first week of September, and then it'll actually start on the 7th of September.
Okay. It sounds like you've got a good plan there. And how are you feeling? A lot more confident knowing that you've got all of that kind of lined up?
Yeah. And I was talking to Charlotte earlier, and I was saying, even though it's already Wednesday, I still want Success Club 5 by Sunday. And I go away on Friday, but I still want to get it.
If you put your mind in that place of, I'm going to do it, you will do it. And I always in my head, I'm like, Success Club by the 6th, Success Club by the 6th. And you'll get loads of all the top coaches, that's their mindset, Success Club by the 6th. Because then you've got that confidence, you're like the 6th month and you've already hit. So I'm at 4 at the moment, and I know I will enroll somebody tomorrow that will take me to Success Club 6. Like I will do it. Like it's just going to happen. And also, like for all of you, it's real confidence boosting, knowing that, and somebody that is a prime example of someone that does that is Danielle Di Bernardo and her team. They always accelerate around the 26th of the month, and they push so hard to like the 10th of the month, and they smash all their Success Club points, and then they don't do anything for a while. Now that's not exactly my strategy because of the way that my family life is. I can't work like that, but it's something for some of you guys perhaps that don't have children, have more time to really think about, like, you know, that obviously works. So I love that, and I think, yeah, just
I know in my head what I'm doing as well. I know
Yeah.
that I'll do it because I've got it in my head.
Yeah.
Like my down.
And the other thing that I would absolutely encourage, and this is something that is like, is all energetic and it's all mindset, write down the names of the girls who are going to enroll. Write them down in your notepad on the date. Every day I write down the names of the girls who are going to enroll, and 9 times out of 10, at least 1 or 2 of them enroll. If I've sent some carts, I'm like, oh, and I really kind of hold it in my mind, and it might sound really woo-woo, but it effing works, because today I've written down 2 names, and lo and behold, one of them I spoke to over the weekend and was like, oh, I spent all my money, I had my mum with me at the weekend, and all of a sudden she's like, hey, I want to do this coach mentorship, I've filled out the application, I'm ready to join, and we've already had a conversation, and I wrote her name at the top of the page. And then another girl who was like, what are all these fees, because I just send them the coach enrollment, and I explained, she enrolled as well. So I think just focus that energy on, if you believe it's going to happen, it will. And that's, we know that, right? We've learned that a lot in PD, but it absolutely works. So just start writing their names. Like, even if you're like, okay, Izzy, whatever, I bet you'll tell me it works.
I felt quite good as well, because on the Push Mastermind tracker, I know it's because they're behind us. Most of them are like behind us in time, but I was there like ticking all the boxes, and like some of them hadn't even ticked Monday stuff, and that just like was boosting me, and I was like, oh, I'm getting it done before everyone else.
Yeah. And let that, like, I love that. I love being in that environment, because I'm like, I get all competitive, and I do love a competition. Like, I'm just that person. Some people don't, but I love a competition. So,
well, I woke up this morning and I saw that one person had ticked 2 of the boxes already. I was like, oh no, I'm gonna have to beat them and get more done.
but it does, like, my Success Club points, you know, the people I help energetically, I'm like, this group with the one that I'm in, there, like, people hit 30 like regularly. If you don't hit 30, like, that's not normal. So for me, that's now the new normal, right? I hit a Success Club 30 minimum, and if I didn't hit it, I'd feel a bit shitty about it. Not that like that bears a reflection on you, but because my business is that much further on, and obviously I'm in that group. But I think I'm glad you're enjoying it. Marty, how are you finding it? Oh.
Sorry, I just got things straightened out with them, so they put me on the tracker today. So
I'm just perfect. Yeah, because you paid.
I've been going through the videos that they have there and stuff. But.
Good. And honestly, any feedback, anything, let me know, because
the videos are really good. I've watched the starter video, and that was I think that's also what's like making me want to get Success Club 5 by Sunday. Yeah. Because some of the stuff that he says, I'm just like, well, yeah.
He said that on that group call, didn't he? He said like Success Club every week, not every month. And
yeah.
You change that energy, you change your output, and actually realize that it's just that time was there all along. You just weren't that intentional with it. And that was certainly the way that I was when I did suddenly level up. Because I was in this business I enrolled in the March, and I didn't even go Emerald until the August. And then I went Diamond in December, but I wasn't really going for it till the August. And it wasn't Josh, obviously, but it was that kind of mindset of, do you know what? If I'm really intentional, I can smash this. Like, what am I doing? Like, pull your finger out, you know? So I think sometimes it's like you get this moment. And in fact, I think every coach gets that moment of, what the fuck am I doing? Like, what? Like, this isn't hard. And, you know, it's like you said, like, if you think Success Club's hard, it's going to be fucking hard, you know? So, yeah. And your Diamond date is the end of this month. For the retreat. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Marty, we're going to have to work out what we're doing with you. And Imogen, are you all right? Are you all right chatting in the field? Do you need to get in the car? You're not getting cold?
No, it's quite nice up here.
Oh. It looks so nice.
It's been really distracting, like moving around everywhere. I don't know why I didn't turn my camera off.
No, I like looking at it. I'm like, oh God, I wish I was there with you outside.
I had to mute myself to get farting.
I thought you said I kept farting. I was like, oh, yeah, that one.
Anyway.
Oh dear. So tell me, how's it all going for you? Because you've got your own team, haven't you, as well?
Yeah. What team cup wise?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm leading it, and I love it. It's like I've got my own little team, even though they're not.
I love it. Oh, it makes my heart warm.
It's like I'm like poster trackers and leading the calls and stuff, and it's just like, oh, this is a taste of the future.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really good. I've got a really good team. Got Amy, Joey, and a new girl, Laura, and Elfie. So I think we all kind of mesh well. But
Is that Laura Davies?
Maybe she was a coach with an American person, and then
she's lovely. She lives down the road from me. She's so nice.
Yeah, she's so nice. I felt bad because she did a power hour earlier, but I was out. I was like, also jumped on. But my goals really are like, I'm going to do the 20-20-20 thing. I can't remember who told us that. Was it Jeff?
20-20-20 thing.
As in 20 minutes of connections, 20 minutes in.
Oh, that's Josh. That's Josh. Yes.
I'm going to do that twice a day because I'm going to do one in the morning, one in the evening. Then I don't have any chances of being blocked, and I'm just going to do as much as I can in that time. And I'm kind of like, this month I'm going for strategy, and then that will lead to my goals, if that makes sense. Other months I've just been like, oh, I'm going to hit Success Club 10. And then I'm like, yeah, but how? So this month I'm kind of like working out.
Top of the funnel. Yeah.
Yeah. Like what I'm going to do day to day. I'm doing a promoted post for my sneak peek.
Yeah.
Which is going to start on Monday.
Yeah.
Monday. And then that'll be 2 weeks. And then my live info session. And I haven't got anyone ready for that yet, but even Elfie started inviting into it. So I've got to level up for that.
Awesome. That's so cool. And isn't it amazing when you start to have people that want to run and you're leading your own stuff? And this is actually in my own team cup. I know when I'm away next week, I'm going to ask the guys to lead some of the stuff because I think it's nice for them to lead too. And I think, you know, being that coach for other people, I think you said this to me yesterday, like when you start being that coach for other people and they've got expectations of you, you then start to level yourself up because you're like, oh, well, holy shit, I've got to make sure that it's, you know, that's me every day, right? Because my team are looking to me and they're looking to you, and that's awesome that you're leading your own sneak peek. Are you doing that with your team cup team?
No, I didn't really chat to them about that. Maybe I should.
Don't worry.
Or actually, something to think about.
When is your sneak peek?
Gosh, I have it all written down. I should be at home really. It is the same week as Shannon's. I think it's the Wednesday, the 19th.
Yeah, not for a while. So you could do something before. Like I've done the same. I'm getting my sneak peek out of the way, and I just made a snap decision at the last minute because I was like, oh shit, I'm in Croatia. I don't really want to be like inviting, following up while I'm in Croatia for a sneak peek. So I'm nailing my sneak peek tomorrow, which meant that for the team cup, I was like, they've got a bit of time to invite people in, but I'm going to do something else with them towards the end of the month. So we're going to do a flash sale, and we'll probably do another sneak peek. So it doesn't mean you can't do something else with them, but definitely if the time is a long way out, you can get them to add people. But that's really exciting. So have you set a Success Club goal, or you just?
Yeah, I'm going to do 10 because that means I've got one extra coach, and then obviously I'm going to try and help. Well, she's pretty much done it. Get to Emerald. She's just going to convert 2 of her customers. They're like her best friends. And then I need to make my boyfriend's account Emerald, so 2 in his. So technically 7 coaches altogether.
Which is doable this month, really.
Yeah,
Elfie's going to get 2 of them, right?
Yeah. And also discount coaches, because I've got some people in the works that are that have got the sample workout for MBF over from last month. So I think they'll probably roll over to this month, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
People that have tried it. My bod ropes arrived today. Amazing. Oh God, they're heavier than I thought.
I was like, oh my God, you're going to be one of those people that's waiting to the end of August to get your bod ropes.
I've got them now. And another goal of mine is to absolutely smash MBF. I've nearly finished week 1. And I just want to get a really good transformation with that.
That honestly, like, it's the most basic thing ever. Well, it's basic, but it can be really hard. It depends what season we're in. But like, even me recently just posting like pictures of me, and my body's clearly changed. Like today I posted a picture of me and I got 2 people off the fence straight across. Like, if people can see transformation, all that work you're putting in, it makes it seamless. So
yeah. I showed Mum your picture today and she was like, oh, she's amazing. And she was like, yeah, she's had children. I was like, yes, she has.
You know, I'd put a transformation photo together with me massively pregnant and then that photo. And then I thought, I just don't have the energy to write the caption, and I don't know what to write, because ultimately people who are pregnant or mums often will look at that and be like, wow, she clearly doesn't eat anything. And I thought, but I'm going to save it for Tuesday. But then I just decided to do a post about body image instead, which went quite well. But yeah, like get it, like, and MBF's amazing. I think people are getting really good results. What's amazing about that is I didn't even realize my body had changed. If I hadn't taken before picture, I wouldn't have even known. It's funny, isn't it?
Yeah, you look amazing. So I'm excited. And
Yeah.
the call with Megan, the transformations they showed there, I was like, I can do that. I want to do that.
I didn't make that call. I can't remember. I think it was a night that had a Josh call and this call, and I was like, I can't.
Yeah, it was
do
all
this.
three in the evening.
Josh speaks for 2 hours, and by the time he finished, I'm like, my brain's about to explode. Right, I am going to. Oh, before I forget, this was something else that I wanted to invite you guys in on. So just feel free to write it down. And I know you're doing power hours with your own Team Cup teams, but I kind of thought, why not offer it up? Because actually, more people on a power hour, the better. So at 12 p.m. and 8 p.m. every day, we have a power hour on this link. So, and for you, Marty, that's what is it? No, it's 9 a.m. and no, it's not. It's, oh my God, my brain. What is going on?
You said 12 p.m. and 8 p.m.?
Yeah, it'll be 7.
Okay, I'll just convert it.
7 a.m. and 3 p.m. So just so you know, and it might not be me running all of them next week. I'm going to give these guys my login in case I'm not there. But yeah, we're going to keep them running, and so the more the merrier. And feel free to feed it out to your team, because I think if yeah, it's our Team Cup team, but I think if we're all working together to like improve lives, like why wouldn't we share it? I think it's nice too.
That's awesome. I'll definitely join those.
Yeah,
this link.
On this link, I'm just using this link. I don't even figure why I've used other links. I just keep using this one. Then it's always the same. Everything. Saves me making new links every time. So I'm just going to share my screen. And you will have to bear with me if you kind of just watch me trying to just remember everything. But I'm pretty much there now. And I am, as long as my Facebook doesn't mess around, I'm just trying to, hopefully we can all see that. Why isn't it? Oh, hold on. Maybe if I click here, just trying to find my ad section. That's not my ad section. Home. I think it's here. Ads manager. Can you all see the screen, by the way? Okay, good. I think my computer's on overdrive for whatever reason. It's just not a very happy computer.
I find that mine runs so slow when I do a screen share on Zoom.
Yeah, and I've got a MacBook and I'm just like, why is it being so weird? So you can get your screen up now if you want, or I can just share this. But essentially, I'm running some ads that Josh has told us to do. So he's basically told us to do one post which is motivational, one post which tells your story, and one post which calls to action. Okay. Now I haven't even got to the call to action ad yet, and I'm just going to share the motivation ad with you to start with, because I think he gave us 3 ads to do at once, and I literally was like, I don't know whether I'm ever going to take all of that in. So I would rather just deliver one at a time. So what you're going to do is to go to your ads manager. You need to have a business account in Instagram. Firstly, it needs to be business. So every time I run these promotions, I switch from creator account to business. You're going to click engagement, not traffic. Okay. Always engagement. Continue. Okay. Okay, you're going to call it new campaign. So you're going to have it as motivation ad. Okay. And then show more options here, because you want to set the budget, add campaign spending limit. And it just depends. Like he says, leave it ongoing, and it's up to you. Like I'm going to put a spending limit of 40, but you set it over. Oh, hold on. I can't do that, but I can do it in another place. So that's okay. But you can set, here we go. So look here, this is the daily budget that it automatically sets. And I'm like, okay, cool. Well, I'm just set it as $1 a day. Okay. Show more options. Let me just make sure I've got, okay. No, I need to edit this. Where's the other option that isn't? Hold on, there's an option on the next screen. So you go next. There's an option on the next screen where, okay, here we go. So the ad set is going to be called motivation. Just so that when you're looking in your ads, you can see. And he says download ads manager to your apps so that you can look at how your ads are doing just with the like flick of your phone, right? Set an end date. I'm doing that at the moment because I don't want to end up spending loads of money without realizing. So I'm just doing it for a week, but you can do what you want. Like some coaches leave it running. So create new audience and you go to custom audiences, okay? And this is what's insane. You can go to Instagram last 365, which is going to be all of the people that have engaged with your Instagram page in the last 365 days. And you can see that's 8,000 people. Okay, so you're retargeting people who have already been on your page, who've maybe forgot to like your stuff, or they've forgotten you exist. And so you're basically drawing them back into your page. Okay, you want to edit the ages like you would in a promoted post that we would usually do. So like, I don't know, 25 to, I don't know, oh gosh, it's scrolling. Like 40, I usually put like 40. Women, and obviously like for some of you guys, it's going to be different because you're different age to me. Okay, detailed targeting expansion off. Women, I can also search. So I do, like, you know, I love to have a global team. So I will put in Canada as well. And if you guys speak French, then like someone like Shannon who speaks French. I think I need United States of America here. Oh, maybe it's not. Oh, okay. Okay, cool. So that's the locations. It's just verifying my edit. So it's just saving. Okay. So you're going to click manual placement, guys. Manual placement. This is really key. If you are prominent in Facebook, you probably want to leave Facebook on. But what Josh advises is click Facebook off, click Audience Network off, and just have Instagram. And then in these, you just want Instagram feed and Instagram Explore, because then it sets all your budget into your Instagram. If that's where you're building and driving, which is me, then that's what I want to do. Okay. So I'm not going to share it with that. If you've got a really prominent following in Facebook, for example, then you're going to do that. Okay. So then for your ad setup, and this was crucial, and this is something that's really, really made me question what we do in our team, because Josh has like an ads manager man, and Josh sent out 13,000 emails on a direct mailer as a result of his list that he's built through promoted posts. So effing hell, he knows what he's talking about. Okay. So this is going to be motivation. Now, he said, if you use an existing post, the Instagram algorithm says, hey, this girl doesn't need help getting her Instagram posts being received. She's going to pay for it, which I'm like, well, holy shit. That's why when I promote my post on an existing post, my engagement goes down, which is what happens. So I'm kind of really thinking about whether or not I want to promote my post in the way that I did before, but it doesn't mean you can't do it. You're going to go and create an ad instead. Okay. So you're actually going to create an ad, but he says it doesn't mean that you don't get, a post already from your grid that's done well, because you know the grid's done well. You're going to copy the text and you're going to put the photo in to create the ad, but it's not going to be, it's going to, he calls it like an under the radar post, because it's not actually on your grid. And that's the ads that tend to do really well. He says if you promote existing posts, it doesn't, it kind of, he thinks it affects the algorithm. Okay. So then you're going to select the media. So I don't know whether I did want to learn more. You're going to add your media. So here is where you add your picture. And for the motivation post, I'll share with you the one that I've just done. So you guys can get my Instagram page up if you want. The one that I have just promoted for my motivation post is, if it's going to load, it's the one of me by the boat in the Bahamas. And it says, oh, the places you'll go. So Oh no, it's not. Sorry, it's not. It's the one of me on the Hollywood Hills that says, see, I was always that girl that had things happen to her. It's 6 posts down. So the motivation ad is an ad that's going to capture people. You're not looking to really target them. You're just looking to drive traffic. So it wants to be an eye-catching photo, and it wants to be really a motivational quote. Josh just went to a page on Google and went for, like, he typed in motivational quotes and wrote a post around it. So mine is, see, I was always that girl that had things happen to her. What I know now is I was in victim mode. So it could be like, be the girl who decided to go for it. And I would advise you guys to use a post on your Instagram grid that's done quite well, that's motivational. And if not, obviously make one up. But he says, like, if you've got a post that's engaged really well, use that. So you're going to add the image here, and then you'll literally copy that text and paste it here. The call to action button is no button, okay? Because you don't want people to see that ad and see it looking as an ad, because you're not actually getting them to take any action. You're just looking to drive traffic and drive engagement, so you've got more people to talk to. So that's the purpose of the first one. Now I've done something here. Well, I haven't selected the image. So what you would do, you can see it's connected to my business page here, is I would then finish it once I'd done all of the text, and I'd click save, and it would set it up, and then it will go to review. And then if you've got the Facebook ads manager, you can look and see how it's done. Now, some of the girls, he said a really good engagement is anything that's 8 cents per engagement, which you'll be able to see in the ads manager. So I would advise you guys, I'm going to stop sharing, to get that set up today, because what you're going to do is you're going to do that motivation ad. The next one, in actual fact, you could do, because the next ad is the telling your story, okay? So he advises you to promote at the same time. Now, last week, he just shared the motivation ad to promote, so a lot of us have just been doing that, and I realised that I'd done it wrong, because I was actually promoting a post on my grid. I hadn't created an ad, and I'd missed that part on the training. So I was wondering why my engagement was going down. So you guys can do that. And then today, like, he shared the tell your story one. The tell your story one is identical. So you can use the same setup I've just explained, but it's going to tell your story. So what you're doing is you're getting all the eyes onto your page with your motivation ad. So the idea with the motivation ad is to get every Tom, Dick and Harry that even is interested in the quote and likes the photo to, like, engage. And once they're kind of there in that algorithm plethora, you then tell your story and you promote that in exactly the same way. So you're going to go for engagement, and you can watch this video back again. And then the ages and the budget. And he says set it at like $1 a day and do it for a month. Now that's up to you. I'm just doing it for a week for now to see how it goes. But he says you won't get massive engagement all of a sudden on that post, but over time you will do. Which means that then when they see the tell your story, so they're like, oh, I understand more about this girl. And then there's a call to action post that you can do as an ad, creating it as an ad. So Marty, if you're going to promote your post, I would do exactly that: engagement, create ad, and write out exactly what you would usually write with the image, and then click call to action button so that you can put in the link. So you're just going to do it that way instead. I haven't even tried that yet, but I would just, based on what he's told me literally a day ago, I'm probably going to do that next time I promote a post, see how it goes.
Do we have to wait a time in between from doing the motivation to the story one?
No, he honestly, I don't know why it took him so long, but it took him so long to explain all 3 that he only got to the other 2 today. So ideally you've got all 3 running together.
Okay. And it's like we're not choosing something that's already, we're not pulling something from Instagram where, like, we can use the same picture and the same.
Yes, but you're not. Basically, he talks about boosting a post and creating an ad, and boosting a post apparently is what you never want to do, which is, I mean, it used to work for me really well. And I mean, it still does. Like, I've had a lot of applications, but it does affect my engagement. And he said that's why, because Instagram look at you and say, well, she's going to pay to boost her post, so why will we just allow it to do well anyway? But if you go kind of off the grid and pay for it, it's not going to affect your algorithm with what you've got going on with your posts, which does make sense.
I found too with the posts, like whether the promoted posts that I do, people, like, I have a ton of people liking it, but they're not actually coming to my page.
But like, they're liking your post. So, but this is why he says, like, the ad, try and set it up for a month and try and just have it rolling. Now that's up to you guys. It depends what you've got available. He says, like, even $1 a day for a month, which is $30, he said you will probably see that, and you'll be able to see in the ads manager, you can see in the graph how well it's doing.
Can I ask a question? How do you know who's liked it if it's not a real post, or am I missing something here? So it doesn't show up on your grid.
Yeah, how do you follow up on the people that see it?
That's a really good fucking question. I hadn't even thought about that.
How do you know who's like? Obviously, you'll get follows from it. But
no, do you know what? I know the answer. It's not that. You won't see who's done it, but you're going to get more engagement on your page because they're going to see you, and then they're going to come into your page. Yeah, that's the answer. Like, you're not going to see the engagement in that, but you'll see it reflected in how the rest of your page goes. Yeah.
Okay. And then the call to action one, obviously, it's just whether they click the link and actually apply.
Yeah. And honestly, like, you could do that now, but I would quite like to go back over and watch what he's done, because I honestly didn't take all of that one in, but that's what I got from that one. But I think there was a couple of details that I might have missed, which are probably quite key.
And you attach your website to that one.
Exactly. So when I get the recording, I'm more than happy to send it. The thing is, I'm always like, do you guys want it? Because it's usually 2 hours long.
That's fine.
Yeah. Okay. So let me just put a reminder in my diary, because I think I can even get you the call from, let me do it first thing for you guys tomorrow, and because I'll just dig them out. They put the Zoom recordings in the page. But, you know, like, he sent us a screenshot of him mailing out about these groups, and he was mailing out 13,000 email addresses. And he said, I've built up my database of ads over the past 5 years. So he's teaching us all his ad stuff, which is amazing for you guys.
You aim it at,
what's that?
You aim it at your tribe as well, because obviously I'm worried that we get like all the riffraff in as well.
So that's the thing, because you're looking at your Instagram last 365, or you can do Instagram last 30, it is going to target those people. So that's why when you build connections, it is important to connect with your tribe, because otherwise it will feed out to those people who've engaged at any point in your page over the last 365 days. So it's just something to be aware of as you're building. But also, obviously, like with the demographic, he says don't put in loads of interest, just make it quite broad, which is interesting because it's not the way that I've done the to post off the grid before.
And you're able, like, if I choose to actually promote one of my Instagram grids at the same time, it won't interfere with all this and whatever. Or...
I'm worried about that. Not about promoting both at once. I'm just generally worried about promoting off the grid.
Oh, okay.
What he said. Because he said basically Instagram says, oh, this girl's willing to pay for it, so we won't get any of her posts after that to kind of engage. And I noticed that when I promote a post, then my engagement on my general post drops, and it takes a while.
My likes have gone down since promoting a post. My likes have gone down a bit.
Exactly. That's why you want to create an ad, because essentially all you're doing is the same. You're just taking it out of being, you know, being something that Instagram can go, oh, she's paying to boost this post, but you're basically boosting it anyway. And then they're going to engage, they're finding you on the Explorer page or in Instagram, so they're going to engage on your page anyway. So I would be inclined, based on what he said and what I've experienced and sensed, to just lay off it for a bit. And Marty, I would do when are you intending to do your promoted post?
I was gonna start next week.
Okay, I've put in my diary. I'm not going to do it now because I'm literally like brain dead. I'm literally all day. But I will dig them out from the page tomorrow. I'll put it in there. And if I don't send it, please remind me. And I will send it to you so that you've got it, so you can just watch it, because you can do that promoted post, or, you know, the post for your
call to action. Yeah.
I just think long term, we've got to worry about the algorithm. We've got to be up there with the algorithm, because that's what's really going to help us long term. And if with every boosted post, we're kind of making it harder for ourselves, I don't know whether I'm comfortable with advising my team to do that. So it you know, that's why he's obviously worth his weight in gold, even just for like the post. You know, he knows so much about ads that we're learning. You know, he's Micah Folsom, who you'll know, was one of his girls, and she's completely changed her business through ads and automating all of her emails, like because of him. She's like, and he said, the way that we're going to do this promoted post will have you hitting Success Club easily within like 5 days of promoting a post, because you're actually asking them to take action. So he said the third ad should pay for every single other ad in itself and the rest.
Wow.
But that's why
I could get 3 people off that, like that's awesome. Yeah.
So he was talking about promoting product, like talking about Energize in ad, and I'm like, oh, it's not really my brand, but he's going to do some wording for us and send it to us. So when I get it, I'll send it to you. But you know, I kind of just think, well, do you know what? Like maybe that doesn't sit comfortably with me, but maybe that's what I need to try, because maybe that's, you know, obviously that's what he does. He teaches the top coaches. Yeah. He had Rachel Baldwin. So yeah, it's going to be interesting, but I do need to watch that back, because honestly, he literally threw those ads at us in like 20 minutes. And I was like, oh my God, my brain is exploding. But yeah, hopefully that's helpful. And obviously if you've got people in your team that want to do the same, or your team cut teams, I mean, I've recorded this anyway. Then yeah.
That's awesome.
Isn't it? And I think it really will, like for the long term. And I think it is like with those posts, he said, you've just got to keep them in play for as long as possible and just trust the process. As long as the engagement graph isn't doing this, just keep them running, because that's what's really pulling people into your page. So anyway, sound good. I'll stop recording.